morning, Lego Knots. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. All right, tonight we're going to be back on working with the SLS Block 1B, specifically the upper exploration stage. How you doing tonight, Johnny? So, um, last week left off trying to figure out this internal structure and how to connect it. Um, I did play around with it later after stream. I think I got what I need. Yeah, definite pod racer. Building your pun for the meeting. I looked through a couple puns, but I still think I'm just gonna show up, see how everybody is, maybe do that nifty and 50 grab bag or whatever. Not entirely sure, but yeah, this weekend for anybody with the Still City Lug, we have our Q4 lug meeting. I believe it's at the North Hills library. Our build contest is puns, and we had a couple other things, um, games and whatnot. I believe we're only there for like 3, maybe 4 hours. So, but all right. Now get back to this. Like I said, I went through, I figured out a new connection for the top here. It's basically just using a bracket, a cone, and a bar. Same thing with how tight it is in there. I did another bracket with a bar. Just put a tile on top of that, give me my buffer. Um, and both bars are supposed to slip, and it's like that on both sides. Uh-oh. Oh, she is off work. Montessori, aka Mrs. Vab. Um, but I figured out this connection. It'll all work. Uh, at least theoretically it'll work. And it's doing is just providing a connection. Um, the other one was this side. Uh, Pretty much flipped it around one more time, and this bar going down here works, but the only way to get it to work is to legitimately create an opening in the plate. I didn't know what else to do. I played with parts designer for a little bit. Um, so that's just what I came up with, and anything else I tried, thought of, unless there's a new part that's or piece that's going to come out, this is the way it's going to have to go. I figured 2x3 being modified, there's plenty of them in the world. It won't matter too much. And it's just a finite bit too. So, and like I said, I don't like having to modify anything. I do it as a last resort. I couldn't figure out another connection to make this stuff work. So that's the solution I came up with. Could it change in the future if I happen to think of something? Yes. Again, this is just a design process, and until I physically build it, it'll stay like that. If these will work without having to modify it, I have no idea. Because the thing with Studio, when you do collisions, they do not always register. And some collisions that don't that work in the way I'm trying to think how I would put it. Collisions that are techniques and parts and um, that work in real life don't work on Studio. So you can have a collision on here and it says it doesn't work, but you know in real life because you tested it, it does work. Doesn't necessarily work in Studio and vice versa. So that's where it's at. Will it work? Will it not work? We'll find out later when I get the parts and then actually start building. So, but I like it. It's not 100% exact. Um, it's not 100% exact the way um, the reference photo was. And let me pull that up. I'll pull that up again right here because these aren't going from midpoint to a single point on every single one. And with this one, they're going from vertical and then spread out 3 wide. It was a compromise that sometimes you have to make. If you can get it close enough, then it'll work. Another thought that crossed my mind was doing this. Do a clip. Right here. I'm going to do this clip. And then return. Yeah. Then we can replace those with that. Replace that with that. And of course, they're both backwards. Create a submodel. Turn the main model. And then thought about doing something like that. Just to give it the look. And of course, that one needs to be longer. And on, oh, let me, that's a 3. We're going to take that out. We're going to put actually, I want the 3 in there. And then we're going to go put a 4 bar in there. Make it black. Just to give it that little extra. And my thought process was maybe not take that because now it looks like if I were to do that all over, it will look more than what it needs to be. So what I'm thinking is that I'm just going to leave it like this. Plate round. 1 by 2. Black. And the reason why I'm doing round plate here is because if I were to use a 1 by 2, you would have these ugly looking corners on the outside. So if I do round plate, those corners pretty much disappear. I mean, there's still overhang, but it's not as bad as it would be for the 1 by 2. Um, try. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with this. It looks pretty good. Will it hold up? Probably. I honestly I won't be able to tell you until I actually design it or actually build it. So now the next thing is we got all these fuel pipes coming down and drooping. I did change this up from the other one. I put a base plate with a turntable in there just to get me at a 45. Now that's going to be able where I can put these flex hoses in and get them to come down and droop over just like it is in the picture. Another thing that I would like to get done is to get these little these canisters in there. See if we can get them hooked on, and I need to also look at this shielding down here, and we need to come up something for the engines. I know Lego doesn't produce these in dark bluish gray. They're in either tan or orange. I'm just using it as a stand-in right now because that's not really the color I want. If anything, I would really like a dark pearl gray or even a black like it is in this photo. And then what I could do is come in back and do a white sticker, a white and light gray sticker to wrap around the top. So, and as you can see, I was messing around with trying to get these 4 points underneath here. And the one thing about it is that tan pieces, for whatever reason, look really yellow in studio. Um, I've had tan pieces come out lighter. Uh, so I don't know. I really would like to have that off white, but these ones don't. I can get them in light nougat, but the problem is that this uh eight round I can't get in white or that light nougat as well. It just comes in tan. So, oh, thank you, Johnny. So we are going to hide those. Uh, looking for that orange. So I'm going to go down here. And there's several different ways you can search for stuff, especially by color. What I typically do is I'll try to find a part that I need. Right now, I'm looking for the flexible uh, hose rigid 3 millimeters. That's typically the flex hose. And then what I'll do is I'll go through. I'll just lay them down. Usually I'll know what size. Like I can tell most of these smaller ones I'm not going to need. So we'll start with 13 and just work our way up. 14. And this is a slower way of doing it, but I typically like doing things a slower way. That way I know these will work. And then what I'll do is I'll click on the piece and see what's available with the solid colors. For this one, I would like to stick with that light bright orange if I could, but that's if it's available. So we'll just go through here. There's a yellow, another yellow. Another yellow. Looks like a lot of these are going to be a yellow. Oh, that one's an orange. Another yellow. Okay. And the other way to search is, and I personally, I know there's another way. You can go in here, click on this, hide unavailable parts and color, and then, as you can see, it's preparing all the parts. There we go. So if I were to, where is that? Orange. Fabuland. Do an earth orange. You can just select the color orange and it'll bring up all those parts in that color. There we go. Bright light orange. That's what I was looking for. Now this one, it looks like real close to this yellow, but it's like it's like a mix between yellow and orange. It's right in that middle color. I think is the best way I can describe it. Um, hose. We can get it in 9 long. We can also get it in a soft axle 19 long. Popcorn. Get a hot dog in that color? That's weird. A croissant? But that's not what we're looking for. So the next big question is, do I think I can make that work, a 9 long work to get down? That's the question. Or do I just want to make it a yellow line coming down? Because it's got to wrap around, come back in. This is technically I would say this is the fuel line for the engines. So we just got to think, see if the 9 works. If not, then we'll probably end up going with a little bit longer in yellow. And again, this is give and take. It's a bunch of compromises. As much as I would like to use that color, actually, let me go to dark orange. And the only flexible hose is in dark orange is that one right there. So no, that's too big, too thick. And this is the thing about 3D images. They don't show necessarily all the different type of connections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a light bluish gray round plate with a hole stick those on there. That'll be good. Go. We're going to. I'm trying to figure out which one would be easier to manipulate the flexible. I think the right one would. So we'll just, again, change it. We're going to look up that clip. I should have just left it in there. Look at this clip. We're going to go here. Actually, that is not the clip I want. Which is fine. Thought there was a 1x2, like this block here with the flat. I guess not. Okay. This is the reason why I don't like using this selection. I like looking at all the parts in my options. No matter what the color is, I can always look up the color. Okay, so guess we're just gonna have to wing it this way. Oh. Hide. That's what. There we go. All right. Show. And I'm sure if we just do it one way, it'll be fine. And then we'll just stick a plate round right next to it. And if we need to, we can adjust this just a tiny bit. Just so we don't have too much overhanging. Or you could just leave it the way where you want it, just like that. That's completely up to you. I try to figure out what most people would do. And to me, most people would probably bend it over. Or even if the Lego piece would bend it over. That way we don't have to worry about it. Next would be a hilt, I believe. Yeah, look up hilt. Well, we have something to put our hose to. And I'm trying to center that up. Trying to see if there's any see what color. That only comes in chrome silver. I think that was like one of the last pieces that ever came in chrome silver before they did away with them. And what's this? That's another hilt. Just out of curiosity. Yeah. Here we go. Unless I want to go with the shorter hilt. I don't like as much. So, and I'm going to move these off to the side. Put them over here. I actually don't need that anymore. I can delete that. I want this. Put that over there. Oh, no. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that reference photo. It'll be in the way. All right. Will that be enough? Okay, and I want collision off right now. And before I do anything else, I'm going to do this little trick. Go in here. What I want is that to line up flush on the inside. That way I know that this is all in there completely. I'm not going to make it a submodel, and then what I'm going to do is put it right there. For right now, I'm going to hide that. And then this is one of the newer features. I know it's not as new as the add reference photos, but too much time. Oh, yeah. So let's see. It takes time, though. It does. I mean, there's some people out there that will be able to do things faster than others. I know you build faster than me. So I and everybody has their own process in doing things. So, but this is what I wanted to show. You got that 9. We're going to stick it in there. And we're going to let the program let it do its thing. In reality, I think I could get rid of that. Turn to me model. And we're going to flex this out just a tiny bit more. And what I'm doing here is selecting the end of it and just pulling. And what I'm going to do is copy that, and I see that I have more space I can go. I can go back here and release that. And I can see how this is going to take that curve. So I don't necessarily care for it too much. Now it's flipping down to the bottom. So 9 might actually be too long to do it this way. Um, what I can do, see, do that, hide that one, return to main, and then we just do that now. I think this time I'm going to hide those. Uh, do it like that. And see if that straightens it out. And now we're just playing around with it. Getting it the way you want to look. We'll let the computer rubber band it, see where we're at, and this is where it takes a lot of time. Because now everything's going down. Now let's see if that'll rubber band back up. Mm, I'm gonna call that good enough. Even though it kind of like twists down here. It's not bad, but it's not great. Well, let me give it just a little bit more. Of a tug. That I think is gonna be good enough. I think. Another way that you could do it is literally go in here and stack a ton of these clips and then individually get them to go inside to create your bend, and that requires a lot of time too. Sometimes if you just play around with it, you'll end up getting lucky. And I want, like, I'm looking at one of these joints. I want to with it just a little bit. Ooh, nope. Just stick that back. And I messed it all up. I wish they would have an easier way or a better way to do with this. Hide that real quick. We're gonna hide that one and that one. And this is where it can get frustrating, to say the least. When you're messing with these hoses, trying to flex them the right way, where exactly you want them. I mean, it'll look good one way, but then when you look the other way, it looks like crap, and you're trying to get a full 360. And all right, I'm done playing with it. That's going to be good enough for right now. But hopefully, you guys get the idea. How that works, and then I'm just going to go and turn the main, show all, and I guess I deleted those. So paste. Do it like that. And you can see I'm going to have to go back in here. At least do that. I can mess around with it a little bit more. And now it's glitched out. So go with another one. That was a 9. What is this? A 12. Want to do is this. I think. Go down here to bar. We're gonna do this. No, is that gonna collide? I think that's gonna collide. Collision. Yeah. Okay, that won't work. Do it like that. That'll work. It's a little wide. Oh well. I'll get that figured out later on. Like I said, it's a lot of playing around, a lot of messing it around with it until you copy, paste. Until you can get what you want. So, I'm just going to skip it for now. Do that. Get that back on there. Return the main. Do that. Now, I was trying to figure out, bring in my reference photo back in. I was trying to figure out these engine bells right here. How the top portion, pretty much where the fuel mixes and it's ignited. The top housing of the actual rocket engine. So how do I want to do that? Now I thought about doing a brick modified. That's the wrong one. Putting it on like that, and then trying to add some slope curves to it or something. Just give me that rounded look, but I think it's a little bit much. Tile modified, check there next. Could utilize the teeth. Somehow. Maybe not. That would be interesting. I don't know. I will check brick round. Maybe Logan's favorite headlight piece. That would work. And then do a full silk curve. Aha. I like that. They both come in white. Do something along those lines. And the other concern we'll have is, I don't remember if I did this, but what we need to do is come in here, hide this, and we're going to take the main stage, put it in a group. That's not what I wanted. Release, come on. Try to select it. That's why you don't want to get too close to anything. Create submodel. All right, then we're going to copy that, bring it over. paste it. And this is why I kind of left these on here. I want to clip that on there. Just like so. And this will give me my height. Or what I have to play with on the inside. And we're going to hide all the top pieces. That way I can get a nice clear view of the top. And I have that will be sitting right on top of that. Do that for right now. And then we're going to see what other round bits we can put in here. To make it look decent with the amount of space we have. Like I would love to be able to put these in here like that. But then I have nothing to connect those up to. That way I could just bring a clip down and do something with those. Copy. Now I'm curious. Will two of those both look tight? Slope curved. Do a 1x2. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's too much. Work there. And then you could do them like that. Kind of like just the one. Copy, paste. Turn the main. Cut. And show all. Alright, I took that out of here. Model. Do the reference photo again. Unless that might work. Return the main. Go back down the bar. Select it. No, that's going to be colliding. But I could reverse it. Do it like this. And move this up, just similar to what that one is, I think. 350. Just come back here, match it up. Oh. Be close enough. Then what I can do is creating the submodel. I'll do that. Now I will have a gap on the bottom here, but technically doesn't need to sit on here. I was hoping to, because when you have this in the vertical, that way the structure doesn't collapse when you pull it apart. And there's not a lot of strain on it either. So, but we'll stick with that. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to turn this somewhere like that, or we're going to do more so. Or yeah. Stick with that. And hide that, hide these, and just go in here. Oh, actually, I want to cut these out. Turn the main, paste. And then I want to see. I'm going to rotate those. Actually, I like that a lot better. They're not sticking out, they're actually sticking in. So I think we're going to keep it like that. And these ones, I'm going to just delete out of here. And might you know what, we're just going to merge that into one submodel. Do that. And we're just going to paste it, see what it looks like. And so I want to go to put this on the vertical. I think how I want to do it. Do something like that. And then so like that. No. The gap needs to be a bit bigger. So what I could do is stick it on its closest, or just put it on the center. Just like so. Got it going there. Going to flip those around. And now I got a bit of a connection point, and connection point with it right now. So I can do this. Oh. And try to line that up. As best as I can. With what I got, and that looks to be about it. Go with that, and then I can bring, how far is that out already? I could bring this out. Just like so. And that's close enough for right now for what I'm thinking. And this is just going to be a test to see if I can get all that stuff in there, that hose later on to get there. But as far as I'm at it right now, I think. Oh, I don't want to delete, just want to hide. And creating a submodal. Do it that way. Show all. Let this all be finicky again. Just do it right there. Okay. Got that, and we can throw that on there, and then I believe that's it, except for the. Like I said, I'll figure those ones. Oh crap! That's. Oh, I want to do this. See, a modified plate. You know what? I just want clips. Now, a part that I would love to see Lego do is a two a two round with a clip on either one side or the other. Instead of having to figure out a clipping system, because as much as I would love to put this in here, the problem is that I need that two round or the two bar to hold this entire thing together. And for me to do that, the only round with a clip on it are these guys. And I cannot do that because then it's going into the bar. I can't even put so oh well, we'll go back over the details later. I do want to finish this up tonight, so no. Hide that. Do I need to? Ah, that's what I did wrong. Okay. I need to go replace those with the round bar holder. There we go. Turn the main. Select both those. And those should just clip right in. Perfect. That works. I need to switch those the same. Turn the main. Take these two. Just like so. And do this for the last one. Just like that. Show. And there we go. And I believe I personally think I want to call that a job done well done. I know I'm still missing a lot of details in here. I'm perfectly fine with it. I got to figure out a way to get these connected in there. I would like to get these pipes put down, but those are the finer details that I just don't feel like doing right now. We got an engine. We figured out the engines. We figured out some other things. Copy. Do this real quick. Put it if it would like to It just does not like me tonight. Hide. Yep. No. That's not. There we go. This. Copy. Okay. And it's not going to cooperate with me. So, come on. See, this is an issue when there's too much stuff in the area and it just does not want to do what I want it to do. Insert. We'll just have to bracket. Come on. Come on. Let's work. Okay, let's try 215 or 215, and that's close enough. See if I can get it to. Nope. All right, I'm frustrated. I'll put it in later. So there we go. So, okay, there's that. Now, I want to go to the main stage. And this one is what we're going to be working on next. Copy. Paste. Oh, come on. There we go. This is what we're going to be working on next. Is the payload bay, which sits directly on top the upper exploration stage. This is the area where the lunar lander was not the lunar lander, the human landing system was supposed to be before they contracted all this. So this is just empty space as of right now, unless we figure out what they decide to do with it. Just the empty space in between the top of the upper exploration stage and the bottom of the um, European European stage. I believe that's on this, which would be right here. So and that's what we'll be working on next week. Um, Pretty happy with the way it turned out. It's been a couple weeks just on this one, but it's been, I think, well worth it. Um, Once we get the internal structures all figured out all the way up, I don't think I'm going to do an actual Orion spacecraft. This is just supposed to be the standalone model of the rocket. Um, so I'm going to do it that way. We also got to go in and do the boosters for the sides. Um, Once we get the structure completely done for up here, what I would like to do, I want to go back through, do all the finer details. Um, then we got to go and do the boosters, come back, and do all the internal stuff all over again just to fit the boosters on. Once we get the boosters done, so there's still quite a bit of work to do on it. Probably going to take a break on it though. I do want to get back on Starship here soon. I won't be streaming this Friday. Um, we're supposed to be getting a bad storm. Weather's coming up, and I just think it's timed. I think this weekend's just going to be a bad weekend to do it. I got some things I need to get done. So, uh, and plus we got the lug meeting on Saturday. So, a couple other things I wanted to show was the Saturn II. So, and I've been working on this. Originally, I had it as a 5 engine because I thought it would be more like the Saturn V, and it actually more resembles the Saturn 1B engine cluster at the bottom. I actually went through Project Horizon's documents and actually had to read what the engine clusters on each one of them were. So, and from there, I don't know if I'm going to get any more detail. I want to get the engines on this. There's not going to be anything on the top here. This is just a payload. There's a single engine here, 2 engines on this, and 2 engines on this stage. I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna leave it white. There was really no markings or anything on in the photo. So I think I'm just going to leave this one white. It's just going to be a model. It's supposed to be a conceptual idea. And yeah, I think it's just supposed to be a little fun idea. Um, so far, I'm only at 1,700 parts with just this one alone. So, but I still got a lot of moving to do. This one might actually be under a 3,000 part model, which is very rare for me. Um, that would be pretty neat if I can get that under 3,000 pieces. And then I went ahead. Oh, thanks, Johnny. Um, Made this. As of when I checked earlier today, I got 34 subscribers, which is amazing. I broke the 30 subscriber last week. Um, Hopefully, we can get some more. Maybe hoping to hit 50 before the end of the year, but well, we'll see. And yeah, Thought that was a neat looking thing, and got them all bumped up and everything, and it's all buildable. So this might be something that I might just build in real life. I don't know. Just a little tidbit. And yeah, I think that's about it for me tonight. Like I said, I'm not going to do a stream on Friday. I am going to. I'll be back next Monday with instruction making, and then take it from there next week and see what's going on. Uh, Ben's Bricks is supposed to be on tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Um, no, I haven't seen anything posted up if he's actually doing a stream or not, but I'm pretty sure he usually does streams on Thursdays. Johnny will be back on next Tuesday, I believe, doing his Natural History Museum build, and Ben will probably definitely be on this Sunday at 11. So, all right. Well, I hope you all have a good evening. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Have a good night.